We are back at Port Canaveral, Florida. To my subscribers, thank you for tuning in once again. If you are new, welcome to JT on the Go. Today we are going to board the Disney Treasure. Let's go cruising. The Disney Treasure, the sixth and newest cruise ship in the Disney Cruise Line fleet, was constructed at the Meyer-Werft shipyard in Papenburg, Germany. Following its christening in New York City, this vessel embarked on its maiden voyage in December of 2024, officially joining the Disney Cruise Line family. As the second vessel in Disney's Wish Class trio, the Disney Treasure shares its fundamental design with the Disney Wish. It boasts a top speed of 23 knots, a width of 128 feet, a length of 1,119 feet, and a height of 221 feet, encompassing a total of 14 decks. While visually similar to the Wish, the Disney Treasure offers its own unique distinctions. From December of 2024 to May of 2025, the ship undertook a series of inaugural sailings, and we were fortunate enough to be on the 13th of these special voyages. The central theme of the Disney Treasure is adventure, aptly represented by its stern characters, Peter Pan and Captain Hook, both iconic Disney figures embodying this spirit. Unlike the Disney Wish, which primarily operates 3- and 4-day cruises to the Bahamas and the Caribbean, the Disney Treasure is dedicated to 7-day itineraries exploring the islands of the Eastern and Western Caribbean. With these initial details covered, our journey begins at Port Canaveral's Terminal 8, the dedicated Disney Cruise Line port. For those arriving by rental car, various companies offer convenient drop-off and pickup locations within Port Canaveral, with shuttle services connecting them directly to the terminal. Having previously filmed the Disney Wish's departure from this very terminal, I noticed upon my return from the Treasure that boarding groups had not yet been called. This provided an opportunity to explore the terminal. At the far end of the terminal, a small balcony overlooks the bustling loading and offloading operations of the ships. I did find this balcony to be smaller than anticipated. We've just cleared check-in and security as we chill here on the observation deck before we board the Disney Treasure for the next 7 days. Porters are readily available at the terminal to handle any luggage you wish to check, ensuring it arrives directly at your stateroom. Make sure you tip these guys. Given the week-long duration of this cruise, I've divided this video log into a total of 8 parts to provide detailed coverage to my subscribers. The ship's crew operates on a tight schedule during port days, as they must efficiently disembark arriving passengers and welcome new ones before the ship's turnaround and subsequent departure. A model of the Disney Magic, Disney's very first cruise ship, is prominently displayed in the center of the terminal. The left side showcases the exterior, while the interior layout is visible on the right. As it turns out, the boarding process has just commenced. We are in boarding group number 13. It won't take long to get to our group, maybe 20 minutes. It's worth noting that Disney is not the only cruise line operating from Port Canaveral. Today, Carnival, Royal Caribbean, Celebrity, and Norwegian also have ships here, all embarking on similar 7-day itineraries. Before we proceed to boarding, let's cover a few essential details. Staterooms will not be ready for occupancy until 1:30 p.m., and your key to the world card will be waiting for you outside your stateroom. Prior to your Disney cruise, it's highly recommended to download the Disney Cruise Line app. It has a neat countdown clock for your cruise when not on board. When you arrive at the terminal, you can begin using it. Although not fully functional while on board, this app provides crucial information throughout your voyage, including onboard entertainment schedules and your assigned dining locations. Once you connect to the Disney Cruise Line Wi-Fi network, which you can also access at the port during check-in, the app will activate. You can also utilize it to communicate with other passengers, which is particularly useful as cellular data service will be unavailable in the remote open areas the ship will be traversing. Our boarding group has been called, and it's time to step aboard the Disney Treasure. For any cruise enthusiast, this moment is undoubtedly the most exciting. The Disney Treasure will be our home away from home for the next 7 days. This marks my 10th Disney cruise, and consequently, my last at Gold Castaway Club status. After completing 10 cruises, members transition to Platinum status. On that note, ensuring an ample supply of food for all passengers is paramount. Looking down at the loading area, we can see vast quantities of provisions being brought on board. Upon boarding, the first captivating sight is the Grand Atrium. The Grand Atrium on the Disney Treasure boasts a distinct adventure theme, setting it apart from the atrium on the Disney Wish. As it's currently lunchtime, we're heading up to Deck 11 to grab a bite to eat at the Marceline Market. During our boarding of the Disney Wish back in November of 2023, the weather was less than ideal. However, the conditions for this treasure cruise are significantly better, making Port Canaveral an even more appealing starting point for a cruise. Many consider the summer months to be the prime time for cruising. The first day of any cruise is primarily dedicated to settling in and becoming familiar with your surroundings. By now, it's 1:30 p.m., which means our stateroom should be ready. On all of our trips, we have booked a veranda with a balcony. This time, we have been assigned to room 9536 on Deck 9 forward. Mid to forward rooms are the best to have less opportunity for propeller vibration in rough seas. Inside this envelope are our Key to the World cards. You'll need this card to activate the lights in your stateroom. Here, we find a small welcome kit. Very nice inaugural sailings welcome kit. These are the lanyards for holding the Key to the World cards. Their color indicates the wearer's Castaway Club status. This yellow one signifies gold level. This small bag will undoubtedly prove useful for carrying wet or dry items. And here's the larger bag, perfect for carrying towels to the pool or beach. The room located closest to the entry houses the toilet. It appears impeccably clean, Disney reputation. Inside we find the toilet, a sink, and a mirror. The adjacent room closer to the bed contains the shower, which is also very clean. There is an additional sink located in this area as well. Behind these wooden doors is the closet space. Remarkably, hangers are already provided, eliminating the need to bring your own. This is a thoughtful touch. The ladder for the upper bunk is also stored here. Here are several shelves for storage and a mini safe, ideal for securing important identification documents, such as driver's licenses and passports. There's also another hanging rod with more hangers. Most importantly, the life jackets are stored in this closet. We have the same type of stateroom we had on the Wish, a king-sized bed with a bunk bed near the balcony. This area provides a convenient space not only for storing small items, but also for charging electronic devices. The bottom electrical is for the hairdryer that is provided in each stateroom. These decorative drawers can also be used for storing clothing. This larger one clearly conceals a refrigerator. The backrest of the couch can be flipped down to form the lower bunk, while the upper bunk will fold down from the ceiling. Now let's take a look at the balcony. Our stateroom is located on the starboard side of the vessel, just as it was on our previous Wish cruise. With the increased number of cruise ships in Port Canaveral, it's easy to understand how congested the roads can become. All of the luggage we checked has now been delivered to our stateroom. Any venues or activities with age restrictions typically hold an open house on the first day, allowing everyone to explore. This time, we are going to tour the Oceaneer Club on Deck 2. Many of you might be asking, why am I on Deck 3 if the Oceaneer Club is on Deck 2? The exciting feature here is that you can access the club via a slide from Deck 3. Although I'm technically too old for it, I still decided to give the slide a whirl.
And go for it. Oh my goodness.
The Oceaneer Club caters to children aged 3 to 10, and it's a requirement that they are fully potty trained. This area incorporates themes from several Disney princess movies. This resembles Belle's library, the one the Beast gifted her in the movie Beauty and the Beast. That particular section is themed around Tangled. And the largest of the three themed spaces draws inspiration from both Frozen and Frozen 2. It truly feels like Arendelle. The Imagineering Lab is a dedicated space where kids can engage in drawing activities. During the creation of numerous Disney classics, Imagineers meticulously crafted accurate sketches and brought them to life. Next door, we find simulators of popular Disney theme park attractions. I attempted to activate one, but it unfortunately didn't seem to be working at the moment. The captain's deck is essentially a play area designed for younger children. In the case of emergencies, parents would be contacted and required to return to pick up their children. If they don't, the dedicated ship employees supervising the children will bring them to their parents. Leaving the Oceaneers Club, we now enter the Small World Nursery. This facility caters to a younger age group, from 6 months to 3 years old. From what I can see, it appears to be a place where parents can drop off their infant children to enjoy the adult-only amenities on board. That is precisely the purpose of these kids clubs, to provide parents with an opportunity to have some child-free time and relaxation. There are a few more exciting areas to explore here. Another incredibly cool section is the Star Wars cargo bay. Oh my goodness, this is absolutely amazing. This porg is moving just like the real one. It's even making authentic porg noises. In my opinion, the Star Wars cargo bay is one of the most impressive rooms within the Oceaneer Club. Alright, last but certainly not least on our tour of the Oceaneer Club is the Marvel Superhero Academy. It appears that children can design their own Avenger uniform inspired by their favorite Marvel superhero. This area also feels incredibly immersive and realistic. I'm quite certain that kids will be thrilled to spend time in both this space and the Star Wars cargo bay if they had the chance. I remember washing my hands in sinks like these when I was younger. There's a registration line for parents on Deck 2, but many might not realize they can also register their children on Deck 3. The inclusion of trees around the entrance is a deliberate design choice to reinforce the ship's adventure theme, mirroring the ambience of the atrium. On the Disney Wish, this equivalent space has an enchantment theme. The main entrance to the Small World Nursery is located over here. Both the Oceaneer Club and the Small World Nursery on the Treasure appear virtually identical to those on the Wish. While they don't allow fresh air in, portholes offer a wonderful way to enjoy the ocean views from inside the ship. Throughout this cruise log, I will be highlighting both the similarities and the differences between the Disney Treasure and the Disney Wish. Before we set sail, it's mandatory for all passengers to attend the muster drill. However, unlike the Wish, where our station was by the lifeboats on Deck 4, this time it's in Sarabi, which I will discuss in Part 3 of this series. During the drill, the crew demonstrates how to properly put on your life jacket and outlines the procedures to follow in case of an emergency. With that out of the way, we are now ready to set sail. However, it appears we will be the last ship to depart from Port Canaveral today. Following the departure of the Royal Caribbean ship, the Norwegian Epic is next to leave. Time-lapse is the perfect way to capture the grandeur of a ship leaving port. Now it's our turn. It's a cherished tradition for Disney Cruise Line to host a sail-away party on Deck 11 to generate excitement and celebrate the beginning of the cruise. Goodbye, Norwegian Epic. Have a safe journey. The sail-away party continued for quite some time, but the highlight is always the sounding of the ship's horn. As you can see, Deck 11 is packed with enthusiastic passengers. Alright, it's time to get out of here. One minor oversight I noticed was that the ship began moving before the horn was sounded. The drone ship on the left is for Blue Origin's New Glenn first stage. On January 16, 2025, Blue Origin successfully launched its New Glenn rocket for the first time. The first stage of New Glenn is designed to land on a drone ship, similar to SpaceX's current practice with their Falcon 9 first stages and Falcon Heavy cores. Over the course of our 7-day voyage, the ship will make 3 port stops before returning home. Our first stop will be in Tortola in the British Virgin Islands, which I will cover in Part 4. Following that, we will head to St. Thomas in the US Virgin Islands, the subject of Part 5. Our third and final stop will be at Disney's private island Castaway Cay in the Bahamas, which will be featured in Part 7. Since Moana 2 was playing in the Neverland Cinema, I decided to check it out. Personally, I found Moana 2 to be even better than the first film. If you've seen it, please share your thoughts in the comments below. By this point, we have essentially begun our journey towards Tortola, which is approximately 1,100 miles away from Port Canaveral. By now, it was time for dinner. We were assigned to Plaza de Coco on Deck 5 aft. Our dinner reservation was for the later seating at 8:15 p.m. Plaza de Coco draws its inspiration from Disney's Coco, a film centered around the traditional Mexican holiday, the Day of the Dead. This restaurant occupies the same location as Arendelle, a Frozen-themed dining experience that is exclusive to the Disney Wish. Conversely, Plaza de Coco can only be found on the Disney Treasure. Just like in Arendelle, singers perform songs inspired by the themed movie to entertain guests while they await their meals. Due to this restaurant's location at the very aft of the ship, lucky diners might even have a view of the ocean from the back windows. The layout and setup are similar to Arendelle. However, being a new concept, the Imagineers undertook research trips to Mexico to gain a deep understanding of the Day of the Dead traditions before bringing this restaurant to life. For my appetizer, I chose the Caesar salad, and for my main course, I opted for the steak. It has become quite dark outside. Time to get some rest. It appears we have a towel shaped like a stingray waiting for us. We can expect these charming towel figures upon returning from dinner each evening. Our bunk bed is also prepared for the night. Tomorrow will be a day at sea, and we will be exploring the Marceling Market, Census Fitness, door decorations, and fish extenders before participating in the Accredit Games. All of this will be featured in the next episode.